Okay. So. That's too much. That looks okay. Alright, so it's like 11:30. So it's a little later, but I don't have a video for today. Hopefully you're seeing this on the right day. Probably not at the right time, because I'm filming this now. I really don't have a plan for this video. I was just like, oh, gotta film something. So you're getting this. Is this better than nothing? Theoretically, yes. In actuality, I mean, they might just be better off with nothing. Okay, first thing I wanted to say, let me tell you a little story. So I myself am a student at the Sierra College Community College, Nevada County campus in Nevada County where I live. And one of the classes I have is a speech class. Now, in this speech class, there's a dude, and this dude is weird. Let me describe him to you. So this dude has hair that probably goes down to about shoulder length, maybe a little bit longer, that he always wears in a ponytail. And he only ever wears tie-dye t-shirts from bands that are older bands like Grateful Dead or Led Zeppelin. So he wears those t-shirts and cargo shorts. And that's all I've ever seen him wear. And so this dude is, I don't like him much. He gives off this air where he's like, oh, I'm the best, when he's definitely not the best. The teacher seems to really like him for some reason. He's sort of funny, I guess. I don't particularly find him super funny, but the teacher seems to think he's funny. So like one time she was talking about how to give speeches and was all like, oh, sometimes it's good to add a little comedy to your speeches. I know at least one student who's good at doing comedy. You, boy. And I was like, really? Because I know for a fact that I'm better than he is. And so a couple of days ago, we were talking about persuasive speeches and how to do that. And she said, oh, I think we've got at least one student who's pretty good at persuasion. You, boy, and points at this same dude. And this guy answers that question like this. Well, I teach people European martial arts, so... What? Hey, you're pretty good at persuasion, right? Well, sometimes I eat cereal. Hey, you're pretty good at persuasion, right? Well, I played frisbee golf once. Hey, you're pretty good at persuasion, right? Well, I showered this morning. I don't understand. What does that have to do with anything of speech giving or persuasion? Is European martial arts like the worst martial art ever, and so you have to persuade people to do it? Is that what you're trying to say? That you hate what you do? I don't follow the logic here. Hey, you know what's weird? Fishing. Let me explain it to you. Let me break it down in words and then see if it still makes sense to you. You go get on a boat with maybe other people. Sometimes it's just yourself, and sometimes you do it by yourself. And you sit in a boat or by a body of water and you throw a line into the water and hope a fish bites it. But there's a possibility that you could sit there for many minutes doing absolutely nothing, waiting for a fish to bite your line. And then you know what you do when you get that fish? You turn the thing and you reel it in and you look at the fish and you say, hey fish, cool. And you throw it back in the water. Some people take it, kill it, and eat it. That's a decent way to do it, I suppose. But a lot of people catch them and throw them back in the water. Where is the fulfillment in that? I don't see the reward for all the time spent sitting there waiting for a fish to bite. I hit my mic. I don't see how that is a pleasant thing to do. There's no reward for your wasted time. Like, if you're just catching and releasing, is it like, oh, no, it's the experience of fishing. You find yourself. It's really enlightening. Is it really? You're putting a hook through a fish's mouth and finding yourself? I don't think so. Fishing is weird. Here's another story for you. One time I fell asleep, as you do, and I fell asleep wearing, I did not have a shirt on, but I had boxers on, all right? And when I woke up the next morning, I was completely naked. How does that work? Here's what I think happened. When I was asleep that night, I had a dream that, no, Not that kind of dream. I had a dream that my friends were over and we decided to get in the pool. And so I said, hey guys, I'm gonna go get my swimming pants on. So I went into the bathroom and took off the pants I was wearing and put on my swimming pants. And I think that's what happened is I did the action of taking off pants in real life and then didn't put any back on, or I probably lost the pants I took off in my sleep, because as you know, when you're sleeping, you can't see what's happening in the real world. Here's another story. One time I left my brother at somebody's house. I had to take my brother over to someone's house and drop him off there to do a job, which I thought he was going to stay there and do for a couple of hours or something and then get picked up later. Little did I know he was just feeding a cat. So I dropped him off at this house, turned around and went home, unknowing that he was just feeding an animal. And when I got home, my mom said, where's your brother? And I said, at the frickin' house. And she was like, you know he's just feeding a cat, right? And I said, what? And so I got back in the car and I drove back to that house and picked him up 2 minutes later. The house was only like 2 minutes away, so it's not even a big deal. Here's another story. One time I was at work and I was listening to music while I was working, as you do. And this song came on. And here's how the song goes. Wow, what a great song. Here's the problem with that song. There's a breathy whisper in that song that goes, and so I was listening to this song while I was working. And the problem with that is that when you're working, you're outside, or at least I am, and this song comes on and it goes, and at the same time that it does the, a gust of wind blows on the back of my neck, but not like a whoosh gust of wind, like a gust of wind. And I got very scared for at least 3 whole seconds. I thought there was someone behind me breathing on my neck because the song in my ear went, and I felt a on the back of my neck. Very scary experience. Another thing I can say, I cut my nails too short and they hurt. Isn't that just the worst? Anyway, that's gonna be the end of this video because I've run out of things to say and I don't want to have too much of this nonsense to edit. So yeah, if you enjoyed this stream of consciousness type thing, let me know and maybe I'll do another one, because guess what? This is pretty easy to do. And you know what my favorite type of content is? Easy content. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos every week. Hopefully better ones in the future. But for now, you're getting this. I'll see you next time. KK. Bye-bye. And that's as far as I can get because the camera's a little far out. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm probably going to fall asleep in this chair. I need to shut the camera off, but I'm very lazy. Oh boy.